97.3. More variety.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Citi News.
Hello, good afternoon and welcome to the Citi Prime News. We're coming to you live from our studios at number 11, Dr. Martin Loop in Adabraka Kra. My name is Ajwatin Kramat Domina. Coming up.
People come with Land Cruisers and Prados, rented cars to come and extort money. So question them. When you question them and they beat you, retaliate because they are not authorized. That is what I said.
A Menfi East NPP parliamentary candidate's call on minors to take on military personnel operating in Galamsey area sparks controversy. This afternoon we'll hear his justification for this call. Also coming up, applicants seeking services of the National Identification Authority stranded as strike by NIA staff begins.
I came here today to do my Ghana card, correct one of my names, because I'm applying for a passport. And the deadline is tomorrow for me to submit the passport forms. But when I came here today, they said they were on strike.
Also in the bulletin, Media Coalition Against Galamsey lashes out at Forestry Commission following disclosure that Chinese nationals engaged in illegal mining are often released by the courts due to lack of interpreters.
This is a very lame excuse. I believe that we should be able to find humans to be able to do these translations for us. We should be able to use technology to deal with it. And we should not be accepting that.
Meanwhile, the Chinese Speakers Association of Ghana says its members are ready to offer interpretation services to the Commission. Later, Vice President Baumia visits Black Stars ahead of crucial match with Central African Republic tonight. We have details of these stories and more coming your way in the next 30 minutes. Remember, the bulletin is live around the globe on citinewsroom.com. On Facebook, you can find us on Citi 97.3 FM. Across the country, we are live on a number of affiliates. In the Western region, this is Beach 105.5 FM in Takrade. Bono region, you can tune into Green at 95.9 FM in Sunyang. In the Ashanti region, Focus 94.3 FM in Kumasi. Also Orange 107.9 FM in Kumasi. In the Volta region, this is Revival 99.3 FM. In the Northern region, Radio Bimbila 91.9 FM. In the Upper East region, Tanga 93.7 FM. And in the Upper West region, Tunsong 97.3 FM, Inwa and Jirapa 96.1. Please stay for details.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Grateful for your company this afternoon. Let's begin on the issue of mining. And this afternoon, the parliamentary candidate for the New Patriotic Party in the Menfi East constituency of the Central Region, Ernest Frimpong, says his statement on assaulting men in police or military uniforms at mining sites was taken out of context. In reaction to portions of a video circulating on social media from an engagement with some miners in the constituency where he aspires to lead, he explained that some individuals have over time intimidated miners with security uniforms and extorted money from them. Speaking to Citi News, the NPP parliamentary candidate says he still stands by his comment for miners to reciprocate any form of assault meted out to them.
I did not say when they see a man in uniform confront him. I said, one, those who are sanctioned for operations, we know them. Do you understand? They know them. The miners know them. And we also know them. Those who are not sanctioned, we also know them. Because when they are sanctioned, they come with official car. But people come with Land Cruisers and Prados, rented cars, to come and extort money. So question them. When you question them and they beat you, retaliate, because they are not authorized. That is what I said. I did not say attack them because you have seen them. I said when they beat you, please, the video is there for clarification.
National Security doesn't use official cars, does it?
They don't use official cars. They use Land Cruisers. But you know, National Security, they also have cards from the Jubilee House. Their identity is known. And when they come on an authorized operation, at least the regional minister will be made known of it. At least, if not the MCE, the regional minister will be made known. He is there to confirm the operation, whether it is legal or illegal. The reason this whole thing is coming up is that our people have suffered a lot of illegal operation, a lot, and it has created a lot of problems.
Well, he also accused the incumbent member of parliament for the area, Nicholas Amankwa, of being behind the circulation of the videos to cause disaffection for him.
In your statement again, you accused the incumbent MP of being behind the video in circulation. Is that right? And what is the basis of that?
The basics is that his good friend, Zifabun, was the first person to post it on Facebook. 2, Ebiji Kamakun was the second person to post it on Facebook. 3, GS1 TV, which you and I know where it is coming from, are the people who have been circulating 3 different stories about the whole case. So I believe, and I know for a fact, that he is an MP because he benefited from these mining operations.
Ernest Frimpong is a New Patriotic Party parliamentary candidate in the Amenfi East constituency of the Western region. Meanwhile, when Citi News contacted the incumbent member of parliament for the area for his response, he declined to comment on the matter. But a political analyst, Dr. Jonathan Asantioche, says the New Patriotic Party's parliamentary candidate does not deserve to be in parliament. The senior lecturer at the University of Cape Coast described Mr. Frimpong's denial of advocating for violence against security personnel as an afterthought.
The denial is just an afterthought because the thing has gone viral and it has political implications. I'm looking at it from different angles. Look, this is a testament of the fact that politicians, especially those in the ruling government, have been neck deep in Galamsey. Not too worried about that. 2, today we have shortfall of food in the system to the extent that pepper as a food item has even become the most expensive, vegetable. To be frank with you. Now, that is a testament of the activities of Galamsey within the country. That apart, someone like that does not deserve to be in parliament because I don't know the kind of laws that he is going to take part in getting them enacted. So that will benefit the masses. But if you have somebody with such a disposition, and then the Western Regional Minister was there as well. So whatever he said has his tacit approval. And so if I were the people of Amenfi East, that is not somebody that should send to Parliament.
Dr. Jonathan Asantioche is a senior lecturer at the University of Cape Coast. Let's stay a while longer on this subject because the Concerned Farmers Association of Ghana has described as unfortunate the comments made by the Amenfi East NPP parliamentary candidate. The group, in a statement, said the comments undermine the rule of law and endanger the lives of security personnel. Although the parliamentary candidate has said his comments were taken out of context, he insists no military personnel should be allowed to harass miners in their work. However, the concerned farmers find these comments unacceptable and have called on the government to address the issue. They lamented the devastating impact of illegal mining on their farmlands and water bodies, calling for prompt action to address the menace. Let's move away from that story, but still on illegal mining. The Media Coalition Against Galamsey has slammed the Forestry Commission over a revelation that Chinese nationals are often released by the courts due to a lack of interpreters. The Forestry Commission made the disclosure as part of concerns raised on the Green Ghana Day. The Commission blamed the issue for the effects of Galamsey in the country. While speaking to Citi News, the group's convener, Engineer Kenneth Ashibe, condemned the Commission's remarks as inadequate and questioned the government's commitment in fighting Galamsey.
A country that our water bodies are being destroyed, a country that our forest cover, is being destroyed, a country that has stability of water on the high, and you arrest people and then just for translation, it just tells you that we are not really committed to the fight. If we really needed to get translations, then it will be done. You think that if you were arrested in China for doing like a million of what these Chinese are doing in our country, and you were taken to a Chinese court and you could not speak the language, they will allow you to come to Ghana. Do you think that's what is going to happen, or they will leave you scot-free for you to be walking about? It is just a demonstration of the fact that as a people, we do not realize the fact that we're on a path of ecological suicide. This is a very lame excuse. I believe that we should be able to find humans to be able to do these translations for us. We should be able to use technology to deal with it. And we should not be accepting that.
That was the convener of the Media Coalition Against Illegal Mining, Kenneth Ashibe. Meanwhile, the Chinese Speakers Association of Ghana has debunked the claims made by the Forestry Commission that it lacks interpreters in prosecuting arrested Chinese illegal miners. According to the association, they have been in existence for the past years, indicating that they are ready to provide support and professional translation to the Commission.
There cannot be any government agency that can claim that they have released Chinese illegal miners because of the lack of interpreters and translators. Because we have a registered association that has hundreds of people who speak Chinese, and we have professional translators and interpreters among us. Some of us have actually translated and interpreted in different forums and organizations.
That was the co-founder of the Chinese Speakers Association of Ghana, Sylvester Dumayako. Let's move away from that now. The National Association of Institutional Suppliers is set to meet with the Ministry of Education today regarding the payment of arrears owed them. On April 15, the ministry released a statement announcing that it had disbursed 26 million Ghana cedis to the institutional suppliers who are responsible for supplying school uniforms, PE kits and stationery, among other items. However, in a statement released on Tuesday, May 7, the institutional suppliers asserted that the ministry's promise to settle the arrears remains unfulfilled, claiming that the disbursement of the amount is false. Away from that now, jurors in Ghana have threatened to demonstrate over the government's inability to pay the allowances from July 2023 to May 2024. The group has been striking for over a month, which has led to the adjournment of all cases that require jury presence, including the J.B. Dankwa-Meda trial, Gregory Afoko trial, among others. Now, in an interview with Citi News, a juror who spoke on condition of anonymity lamented the lack of response from the government following a meeting with the Chief Justice.
It's over a month now. We still don't hear anything. All that we hear is we hear from them, but nothing to show for it. Nothing to show for it. They are aware that we are on strike. They are aware. We met with the Chief Justice about, we are in the second week now, about 2 weeks ago. And she promised us that they are looking for money for it. 2 weeks, we are in 2 weeks now. Nothing to show for it. Nothing to show for it. And so, we are not asking for increment. We are not asking for any new thing. It is our own agreed money that we are asking for. Now we are getting out of patience now. Either we head towards Parliament, or we just go on or picket before the High Court, or take other steps to see that we get our money. But it is not anything that we have to. We just leave it with them.
You heard a juror speaking to Citi News on condition of anonymity over the ongoing strike. Now, the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Godfred Yeboah-Dame, says his outfit is poised to ensure all regional offices of the Attorney General and Ministry of Justice are housed in at least a 3-story building structure. According to Mr. Dame, the practice where state attorneys in various regions operate from makeshift structures or within the office complexes of other state institutions must be a thing of the past. He said this at the commissioning of a 10-story building adjacent to the High Court complex, which is a new office of the Attorney General and Ministry of Justice. Godfred Dame, while delivering his speech, noted his vision to implement what he describes as a modern legal system.
Towards realizing the dream of a modern public legal service, I dare say that the era where regional offices of the Attorney General and Ministry of Justice and other agencies of the ministry perched in the corner of buildings belonging to other government institutions or are sometimes thrown out of premises in which they are licensees should be over soon. I am of the respectful view that every regional office of the Ministry of Justice ought to own at least a 3-story edifice. And I have commenced discussions in this regard with the World Bank towards the possibility of a funding for this project. I've assured the board chairman of the Legal Aid Commission that upon the completion of the Law House, I will spearhead efforts to obtain funding for the construction of a modern permanent office for the Legal Aid Commission. In the meantime, I hereby indicate that I will relinquish the use of the former office block belonging to Office of Attorney General for the Legal Aid Commission to utilize at its new office. Ultimately, the building behind us, which presently houses the Council for Law Reporting, in which the Legal Aid Commission is an ICC, clearly has had 8 better days behind it, and will have to be replaced with a much more modern building in a few years, worthy of the noble services which the two institutions discharge in our country.
He had the Attorney General and Minister of Justice Godfred Yeboah-Dame. Meanwhile, the Chief Justice Gertrude Isaba-Tokono, while applauding the Attorney General for his efforts in getting the building completed, made calls for the construction of another edifice that will house other agencies like the Legal Aid Commission and the Council for Law Reporting.
Access to justice includes facilities for legal education, law reporting, facilities for law reform, facilities for legal aid services, and well-resourced professionals along all of the justice delivery chain. We are still left with providing fitting locations for the several needs of professionals in the justice delivery chain, and I am hoping that sooner than later we will be having another beautiful edifice close by to house the Council for Law Reporting, to house Legal Aid Commission, the Law Reform Commission, the Legal Service Board, and all of the agencies that feed into providing justice to this dear nation of ours.
He had the Chief Justice Gertrude Isaba-Tokono. Now, the president of the Ghana Bar Association, Yao Echampon Boafo, is also making a strong case for the discontinuation of the practice of using police prosecutors at lower courts. Mr. Boafo, while speaking at the commissioning of the new law house, noted with concern reports of cases being thrown out against the state based on challenge by police prosecutors to follow rules of evidence appropriately. For the leader of the bar, such practice can be ended if there is a replication of the infrastructure development with accompanying employment of the state attorneys at the regional and district levels.
As a member of the Legal Service Board representing the GBA from 2013 to 2021, I am aware there has been an increasing number of lawyers who apply to be employed at the Office of the Attorney General. The time has come for the establishment of a Greater Accra Regional Office and district offices of the Office of the Attorney General. There can be no valid reason for continuing the practice of police officers conducting prosecutions mainly at the lower courts. Reasonable evidence abounds of many instances in which charges have been struck out and accused persons discharged or acquitted at our courts either for the tardiness and or lack of the knowledge of procedural and evidentiary rules on the part of some police prosecutors. The safe impression has been that things would have panned out differently and the outcomes more positive if those prosecutions had been handled by trained and qualified state attorneys from the Office of the Attorney General. The GBA accordingly advocates for the employment of many more lawyers to the regions and districts to improve efficiency in state prosecutions across the country. I am excited and hope.
You heard Yao Echampon Boafo. He's the president of the Ghana Bar Association. You're still listening to the Citi Prime News. When we return, Vice President Dr. Bawumia visits Black Stars ahead of crucial match with Central African Republic later tonight. We'll tell you the details shortly. Please stay.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Without access to basic services such as water, sanitation, and hygiene, people are vulnerable to water shortages, diseases, and malnutrition. Water, sanitation, and hygiene services can improve people's resilience to climate change. This election, ask your favorite politicians about their plans for tackling climate change and improving access to water, sanitation, and hygiene. Let this define who you vote for. At WaterAid, we believe in the future where our leaders prioritize climate change, water, sanitation, and hygiene. Your vote can make this possible.
Channel 1 TV is live.
on DSTV, GoTV, and HD+. On DSTV, find us on channel 363. On GoTV, we're on channel 117. And on HD+, get us on channel 108. On a digital TV, run a new search. But take note that without an antenna, you cannot access channel 1 TV. Channel 1 TV can be accessed on any free-to-air digital box, like the DSTV and HD+ boxes. Channel 1 TV, telling your story, empowering change.
Hey, Walambo! Hey, Walambo! Hey, I asked him to buy me original politics.
Hey, please don't make mistake. Talk to Papa. Open the back man. And you trouble politics no girl. You there. Hey, Papa.
Papa, can ruffle.
The politics is original. The first and the best.
What is? Who got also for the acrobat to use me?
Politics, yes.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
You're welcome back. Now, President Akufo-Addo has reaffirmed his trust in the Attorney General and Minister of Justice to ensure the rule of law is respected in the country ahead of the December polls. Nana Akufo-Addo says no political party or presidential candidate will be allowed to go free if the law is breached. He spoke at the commissioning of the Law House in Accra.
I want to use the opportunity of this platform to reassure the Ghanaian people that the law enforcement agencies of the state, including the Office of the Attorney General, will do all within their power to ensure that law and order prevail in the country at all times, especially during this critical election. The ability of the nation, which has made Ghana a beacon of democracy on the African continent, to be compromised on the altar of the ambitions of any political party or presidential candidate. It will not happen. The laws on our statute books, including those on vigilantism, will be strictly and vigorously enforced to preserve the peace and tranquility of the country. We owe that to the good people of Ghana, who have demonstrated so consistently and openly their deep attachment to peaceful democratic values.
You heard President Akufo-Addo. Away from that, the National Union of Ghana Students, NUGS, has reiterated calls for the creation of voter registration centers on university campuses in the ongoing vote transfer exercise. This follows a petition from the union to the Electoral Commission, citing, among other things, the hindrance of commuting long distances to designated registration centers. Addressing a news conference in Accra, the president of NUGS, Daniel Aponchueme, further advocated for a provision of proxy voting to ensure inclusivity in the electoral process.
In the light of these challenges and legal provisions, we earnestly appeal to the Electoral Commission to establish voter registration centers on our university campuses. This action will protect the guaranteed right to vote for students and ensure their active participation in the democratic process. By setting up these vote transfer centers, the Electoral Commission will not only ease the logistical and financial burdens on students, but also uphold the principles of inclusivity and fairness that underpin our democracy. NUGS is committed to advocating for the rights and welfare of students. We believe that every student should have the opportunity to exercise their constitutional rights to vote without undue hardship. The initiative is crucial to ensuring that every student is not disenfranchised and can contribute to the decision-making process that will shape the future of our nation. Unfortunately, after submitting the petition to the Electoral Commission, we've not heard from them, which the over 12.5 million Ghanaian students and even the over 500,000 students in our tertiary institutions feel it's quite disheartening, disrespectful to the students' front, especially when it's stated clearly in our constitution that we'll be given the right to vote. Then why are we then truncating this right?
That was the Nukes President, Daniel Oponcheme. Let's stay on education because the District Director of Education for Shai Osudoku has applauded Nalo Solutions for commissioning an ICT laboratory at Loam Presbyterian Basic School. As part of its corporate social responsibility initiative, Nalo Solutions established a new ICT laboratory to support children in the area. The significant occasion marks a new chapter in the company's commitment to positively impacting the communities it serves. Delivering the address on behalf of the District Director of Education, Elizabeth Ampofo called for more infrastructure development within the education sector in the district.
As we commission this very important ICT lab, in this 21st century, a school without an ICT lab, I would say it's a taboo. And all I want to say is, Nalo, we thank you so much. In fact, the district director, about 3 days ago, was trying to look for you and see you one-on-one. The district is large. This is not the only place. So, like Oliver Twist, she's calling for more. So after this, we'll give you a list of our schools that also need a solution. So Nalo, we thank you so much. To our learners, we pray that we put this important facility to good use.
You heard Elizabeth Ampofo. She spoke on behalf of the District Director of Education, Shai Osudoku. Now to some sports. The President of the Ghana Football Association, Keto Kreku, has welcomed Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia to the Black Stars camp. The Vice President visited the Black Stars camp during a team dinner in the lead up to the team's 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers against Central African Republic at the Babayara Stadium in Kumasi later tonight. Ghana beat Mali 2-1 in Bamako. In the lead up to tonight's game, the Minister of Youth and Sports, Mustafa Yusuf, the NPP's national organizer, Henry Nanabuachi, and the NPP's national chairman, Stephen Intim, were also present at the event. Speaking during the event, the GFA president thanked the vice president for his role in getting the Black Stars logistical help on their trip to Mali.
Today marks an important day for us as football people, as we get ready to battle the Central African Republic in a very, very important World Cup qualifier. Now, despite his heavy schedules, despite the fact that he had to be somewhere at this point in time, he has decided to pass through to wish your good selves and ourselves the best of luck as we get ready to do battle for Ghana. Your Excellency, your team did a good job in Mali, fighting against all odds, winning 2-1. Through your support, we didn't go through the trotro. We flew directly to Kumasi. And we are very ready for tonight's game.
You heard Keto Kreku, he's president of the Ghana Football Association, the GFA. Well, let's touch base with Gabby Ofer of the Citi Sports Desk, who's joining us live from Kumasi. Gabby, good afternoon. Thank you for your company this afternoon. What is the mood in the camp as well as in the region ahead of this crucial game tonight?
Well, good afternoon, Ajwa. The mood in Kumasi is calm at the moment. It's still early days yet. What I can say, or what I have picked up, is that people are still going about their businesses. People are still going about their daily schedule, but still have got the Black Stars game in mind, which will kick off later at 7 p.m. Yeah, you're not seeing a lot of people walking in the Black Stars jerseys, and I think that, like I said it earlier on, but you're still finding some people around the stadium selling jerseys of the Black Stars, the flag, and other things that represent that there's a big game tonight here in Kumasi. So I think it's calm. The traffic is mounting up a bit. People are trying to get into the stadium to just have a feel. Some actually don't also know that there's a game later today. So I think that those who are making their way to the stadium now have a fair idea of that there's a game later tonight against the Central African Republic in the World Cup qualifier.
So now talk to us about how crucial this game is to Ghana. Win or lose, what does it mean for the team in as far as the World Cup is concerned?
Well, Otuado would want to complete match day 3 and match day 4 with 6 points. Remember that he's coming into this game on the back of the 2-1 win against Mali in Bamako, and that has raised expectations of Ghanaians ahead of tonight's game. Otuado would want to pick up 6 points, like I said. The last time we played Central African Republic, it was in the AFCON qualifiers under former coach Chris Hughton, and we beat them by 2-1. But their head coach, Raoul Savoy, said something really interesting. He was not too excited with the kind of football the Black Stars displayed, and he didn't wish the Black Stars were heading into that AFCON that took place in Cote d'Ivoire, and that his thoughts were that the team won't perform, and clearly it came to fruition. I mean, yesterday's presser, he highlighted that it's no longer Chris Hughton, it is Otuado, but it's still the same squad that he met some months ago, and so it is revenge for him. But Otuado, he would want to complete the match day 3 and match day 4 with 6 points, so that next year in March, when the Black Stars invite Chad and go to Madagascar for the next set of qualifiers, we know that they are in a very strong position to qualify. Remember that the group is being topped by Madagascar 7 points, so the Black Stars will need all 3 points today against Central African Republic. So it's a big game for the boys, and I think that I'm very confident that given the performance in Bamako, this time playing in front of the home fans, they'll deliver. Because, I mean, the Black Stars do have a very good record whenever they play in Kumasi. Sometimes they can really get tiring on the part of them. I mean, the pressure for the fans, but they know how to deal with it. So I think it's going to be very interesting tonight.
Thank you so much, Gabby Ofair. He's with the Citi Sports desk. You'd want to stay tuned to Citi Sports for all your updates as far as that crucial game between